youth, our workforce, to be ready, to be deployed in that environment. That is where the future is. So we should really have a focus effort where we should have a target, hey, in next 5 years, we should produce 100,000 AI programmers or data analytics capable.
I'm joined with Mr. Raghib Hussain. He's a great business entrepreneur of Pakistani origin. I would like to know, how do you take the pride of being Pakistani but flourishing businesses in the United States as US citizen?
In reality, I do not think there is any hurdles being Pakistani. I believe in if you add value, and if you are creating value for the customer, for the community, everybody come along with you. So in reality, I believe all of us, all the Pakistanis should go out and really impact the system, create the value, and as a result, automatically we will improve our overall pride. I see a lot, especially in the Silicon Valley. Just to give you an idea, I have a group of friends, Indian, from my own batch or maybe one batch different, is like 15 friends of mine. Out of them, like 7 or 8 are entrepreneurs, and I would say 4 of them are very successful. I mean, these are the people who have built the companies and sold for several $100 million sort of a thing. So those are pretty good. So the entrepreneurship, I would say, in Silicon Valley, especially in the Pakistani community, is flourishing. If I look at the overall Pakistani community, especially an Indian community, because we are focused on high tech, you can easily find about 20 entrepreneurs in the valley itself. And then, of course, if you go across the country, you will find others. There is a book called Green Valley that kind of covers some of them in there.
So as a Pakistani origin, do you see any rivalry with Indian counterparts who are quite vibrant in Silicon Valley?
I do not see any such thing. In reality, if you really see, all those rivalry is really driven by the politicians. In reality, we are all similar culture human beings. Yes, there may be differences of religion and all that, but we have lived 1,000 years together, right? So in reality, there is no such rivalry. In fact, I work very closely with a lot of Indians, and we have trust on each other. It's not like we just trying to do anything bad for each other.
What would you suggest Pakistani government in times of financial crunch, how to come out of that?
My belief is this, that the reason people are not willing to do funding is it's just like any other funding. You see what is the probability of the return, right? If we start showing the result, if we start showing that we are growing our GDP, automatically the investor will focus on that, and even if not the government loans, private sector will start jumping into that. So right now, I talk to several investors, and they see that there's a huge potential in Pakistan. Few things that they are concerned about: one is governance, one is security. Those are some of the area government can focus on and improve those situation. And I believe if we do that, if we provide a good infrastructure, a good talent pool, and basically law and order, I believe we can really improve the overall economic situation. We have been in touch with the government, especially IT industry as well, IT ministry as well, where we have some proposal. We are trying to promote those. I see a very good intention right now, but of course we have to start making fast progress on the actions as well.
You have founded a couple of good organizations to benefit students and the people in Karachi and in Pakistan. How are those organizations doing?
I believe they are doing very good. So I'll give you one example. I'll give you example of 2 programs. One is we had this initiative to start what we call a chair in NED, and we had a focus on artificial intelligence, because we said, hey, this is the area where people will interested. You'll be able to publish papers. You'll be able to get projects actually. So after the initial funding of about a year or so, they started getting funded project themselves. Right now, on an annual basis, basis, they are raising themselves a couple of $100,000, which is good enough to fund the RATA over there. So I think that is a very good success story. Another thing is which we have more of a you can say it's a scholarship program, but we call it Pay Forward. What it means is this: we enable the eligible student to go for masters or PhDs, and in future when they are able, they can return. So that program is going very well. Some of the initial students have already become successful, and in reality they have returned, not only returned the investment that we didn't, they are actually funding other next students. So if we can really expand that overall I'd say Pay Forward club, I think it will be very good for the country. Well, right now I'm focused on the company. One of the reasons for us to merge with this company was that semiconductor need scale, right? And we had grandeur plans to expand, so that's why we needed better scale. So now with the combined company, we have the scale. So I'm focused on making those reality, those plans. So my focus right now is to grow this combined company to the next level in the semiconductor.